Welcome back to the book of Ezra Series. In part 1, we saw how God fulfilled his word and stirred the hearts of kings and people to rebuild. Today, we continue with part 2, the restoration of worship, returning the vessels. Let's once again read the full chapter together and allow the Spirit to highlight what he's restoring in our lives. Let us hear the word of the Lord from the book of Ezra chapter 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus king of Persia, so that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and also put it in writing, saying, Thus says Cyrus king of Persia, all the kingdoms of the earth the Lord God of heaven has given me, and he has commanded me to build him a house at Jerusalem which is in Judea, who is among you of all his people. May his God be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem which is in Judea, and build the house of the Lord God of Israel, his God, which is in Jerusalem. And whoever is left in any place where he dwells, let the men of his place help him with silver and gold, with goods and livestock, besides the freewill offerings for the house of God, which is in Jerusalem. Then the heads of the fathers' houses of Judah and Benjamin, and the priests and the Levites, with all whose spirits God had moved, arose to go up and build the house of the Lord which is in Jerusalem. And all those who were around them encouraged them with articles of silver and gold, with goods and livestock, and with precious things, besides all that was willingly offered. King Cyrus also brought out the articles of the house of the Lord, which Nebuchadnezzar had taken from Jerusalem and put in the temple of his gods. And Cyrus king of Persia brought them out by the hand of Mithridates, the treasurer, and counted them out to Shishbazzar, the prince of Judah. This is the number of them: 30 gold platters, 1,000 silver platters, 29 knives, 30 gold basins, 410 silver basins of a similar kind, and 1,000 other articles. All the articles of gold and silver were 5,400. All these Shishbazzar took with the captives who were brought from Babylon to Jerusalem. The word has been read once more. Take a breath and let it rest in your spirit. Every line carries the sound of return and restoration. This is where the story deepens. God not only calls his people to rebuild, he begins to restore what was taken. The same spirit who stirred hearts to rise now releases provision, favor, and remembrance. Let's lean in and reflect on how the Lord restores every vessel that once belonged to his house. Those who remained behind gave silver and gold. A reminder that provision follows obedience. When God calls you to rebuild, he always sends supply. Even those who couldn't go were moved to support. Then Cyrus opened the royal treasury and brought out the sacred vessels, the very items Nebuchadnezzar had stolen from the temple of God. Each piece was counted and returned one by one. Nothing was missing, nothing forgotten. What Babylon had held captive, heaven reclaimed. This is restoration in its purest form. God restoring worship, order, and holiness to his people. And just as he restored physical vessels then, today he restores spiritual ones. Your faith, your joy, your calling, your song. Everything consecrated to him will return to its rightful place. Lord, you are the restorer of all things. You return what was lost and you sanctify what was stolen. As you restored the vessels of your house, restore every area of worship in my life. I declare and declare, what was lost in captivity is restored in righteousness. Every vessel of worship within me is cleansed and rededicated. God's temple in me shines again with holy purpose. I am being reestablished as a carrier of his presence. The treasures of heaven open. Hands once empty now carry gold again. What was stolen returns, numbered and whole. God restores not vaguely, but precisely each vessel, each soul, each story redeemed. This is the sound of worship restored, of captives carrying light back to Zion. The decree still stands. Bring back the vessels. Rebuild my house. Thank you for joining part 2, the restoration of worship. In the next session, we will widen the lens and listen carefully for how God continues to speak in a season of restoration.